He deliberately poured a bucket of gasoline over the car in full view of everyone, then pulled out a lighter and tossed it straight onto the vehicle. A Mercedes was instantly engulfed in flames, but instead of walking away, the man reached behind his back, pulled out a handgun, and charged directly toward the burning car. Because the person inside was connected to his wife's death, he quickly took out 2 bodyguards, then threatened a diplomat, demanding the name of the real killer. At first, the man refused to say a word, so he shot him in the leg. That proved effective. The diplomat finally gave a name, John Kelly. It was obvious the man was being toyed with, so he fired another shot, this time into the diplomat's body. The bullet pierced his lung. He wouldn't die immediately. Instead, he would slowly burn to death as the car continued to blaze. The reason the man did all this was simple. His wife, who was 10 months pregnant, had been brutally murdered. That night, a group of masked men armed to the... They cut the power first, then moved with clear purpose straight to the man's bedroom. Without saying a word, they opened fire on the person lying in the bed. What they didn't know was that the man was actually in the living room. Only his wife was in the bed. Because he noticed his computer had run out of power, the man casually plugged it into an outlet. But when the computer still didn't respond, his instincts kicked in. As a trained assault team operator, he immediately realized someone might have broken into the house, and not just anyone, but professionals. He quickly pulled a handgun from a drawer. After a rapid sweep of the area, he grabbed a flashlight from the next room and quietly made his way up to the second floor. Before long, he came face to face with the intruders. He swiftly killed one of them, then took out a second intruder who rushed in as backup. Finally, he and the third intruder upstairs fired at the same time. Both were hit and collapsed to the floor. The man in black pulled off his night vision goggles and tried to finish him off with another shot, but luckily his gun was out of bullets. That mistake saved the man's life. After watching the intruder leave, the man dragged his wounded body back to the bedroom. By then, his wife had already been shot and killed. Overwhelmed by grief and rage, he lost consciousness. Not long after, he was taken to the hospital. Thanks to his strong physical condition, he survived. After being discharged, he was left with only one belief: to find the black-clad man who escaped and take revenge for his wife. Every time he thought about his unborn child, that determination grew even stronger. He went to his superior to ask about the progress of the investigation, but she delivered another piece of bad news instead. His teammates had also been attacked. One of them was crushed to death by a car, while another was gunned down by masked men who got out of a vehicle in front of him while he was driving. All 3 of them shared one thing in common. They had taken part in a hostage rescue operation. They had originally believed the hostages were being held by terrorists, and the assault team quickly eliminated all of them. However, while clearing the scene, they realized the intelligence had been wrong. The people they killed were not Syrian terrorists at all, but Russian soldiers. Because of this, his superior concluded that the attacks were retaliation by the Russians. She then handed the man a photograph of a government diplomat, the same person who had issued visas to the men in black. It was obvious this diplomat was a spy. That night, the man poured a bottle of liquor over himself and pretended to be drunk while driving, deliberately blocking the diplomat's car to make it look like an accident. In this way, he was able to extract the name of the black-clad man who had escaped.